Hello, welcome to my video. Today we're going to discuss PowerShell automation using PowerShell scripts. Today I created a PowerShell script in my VS Code to put it in my task scheduler library to run a task every day. And I just wanted to go over the video with you, and then we'll talk a little bit more about why I did it and what it's for. So you go into your task scheduler and you create, you got to name it. Give it a description. We're going to go to triggers. It's going to happen daily. I'm going to start it tomorrow. And I want it to run every day at 4 a.m. I do want to give it an expiration date just because this is a project that I'm doing. I don't want it to run forever. So I put a end date of, actually, I'm going to do the 25th. That way it runs tomorrow. I got to go into actions. I want start a program right here in the script. I got to have PowerShell.exe. And then I'm going to copy my path from my script and I'm going to put it in add arguments, right? Because that's what I want this task scheduler to run is this argument. The conditions, I'm going to uncheck to start this task only if the computer is on AC power, just because I don't know. I may be working remote. I may be offsite doing something. I want this to do it no matter what, right? Okay, that process is completed. Everything's done, and I know because in my task library, it's right there, the run PC. Um, why did I do that? So the biggest thing is to take the human element out of it. I may forget to run that task. Why is this one important? The running processes. Well, I'll show you real quick. If I run my compiler there, it runs it for me in PowerShell. And it basically gives me everything that's going on in my system right now. Um, if you look, it gives you the process name, the CPU usage, the memory usage, all that information. And if you look right here, it's basically going through that there for each of these, right? Um, it's going to basically give me the process name, the process ID, the CPU usage, the memory usage, all that information at one time. Why is that important for a cybersecurity professional? Is if someone is using malware on your system, you'll know that by the CPU usage, or at least give you a better idea. Another thing would be is if you have a CPU usage that's like way off the charts, that's an indication of compromise also, right? So we want to be looking at that. Over here, I made another script. This is failed logins. You can run this same way with a task scheduler. You can run it twice a day. You can put randomization on it. It doesn't have to run at the same time. It can run at different times. This one here would be great to run at like different times from 12 midnight till 6 a.m. That way, if someone's trying to brute force in, you're going to pick up on that. Again, you could do your logs if you wanted to. Another cool one I did for a friend of mine was um, it basically goes through the obituaries from a newspaper. Um, he's a real estate agent. He needed that for understanding what properties might be going up. It gives them a little bit of an inside track on what's going on. So they go in there and they look in the obituaries. They do some research on properties, parcels of land, and things like that that might be coming open. Gives them an inside track. So, with that all being said, these are very important tasks because it takes the human element out of it, less opportunity for there is for mistakes, um, and it automates the process, which will make your associates more likely to complete that task if it's done for them and they just have to analyze the data. Um, if you think about this, if you had a company of 1,000 people and 50 people in that company had to run reports every morning, how much time would they waste in a quarter? I bet you it would be between 35 and $4,000 per quarter for those 50 associates. If you can automate those tasks, it gets them to be able to do it without having to spend the time to do it. They get the data, pass it to who it goes to, whether that be the managers, the leaders of those departments, and then they can disseminate that information to people as they need it. It's just a time saving, a cost saving thing that we can do, and it cuts down on mistakes. That's my video. I appreciate your time. I hope you enjoyed it.